to a Jenmouse45 video, actually the last video for the year 2025, so yay! So in today's video I will be reviewing my YouTube / social media content and experiences from 2025 and future plans for 2026. If you see me looking off to the side, I have notes. Of course I have notes. Alright, so a couple personal updates before we get into the social media realm. So I don't give personal updates lightly, unless of course you're my closest friends, you all get all the updates. But just a couple that I wanted to share. So as most of you know, I'm a busy working gal. I'm right now looking to become a licensed clinical marriage and family therapist, so that's going to be at the start of the year, where hopefully the application gets approved, and then I'll be an LCMFT, so I'm very excited, very nervous to be finally officially a fully licensed therapist. Yeah, that's been keeping me busy quite a lot, so as well as during this year, I can't remember if I talked about it last video review, but for those that know, I'm also going for registered play therapist as well. So I'll have both those licenses behind my name, lots of letters, yay. So in order to the whole application process with that, I had to complete training hours, which I did through Capella University. I did a graduate program for a certificate, so I graduated. Oh no, when did I graduate? Oh no. Yeah, completed graduate certificate in play therapy at Capella University in June 2025. I didn't get the certificate until August 2025, so that's why I got all mixed up there. So now I'm a certified play therapist. However, the goal is to make LCMFT at the start of the year, and then towards the end of the year, like October 2026, is when I'll make registered play therapist. So lots of big goals this year. So. And also, too, the most exciting news, which is my job, the work site I've been going to. I'm going to be working there full-time at the start of the year. So I'm going to be a full-time working girl. So that's why I wanted to start with this, because as most of you know, I worked part-time. During the daytime is whenever I try to film a video too, here or there. So I still want to make YouTube content. I was thinking about it the other day, and it's like, it's almost been 6 years since I started, and I want to keep doing this. I like doing this. I like talking about random things and recording myself and seeing you guys react and respond and all that. It means a lot. So just because I'm working full-time, this isn't going away anytime soon. I have lots of plans and ideas for 2026 that I want to do, so I'm still going to have the weekends off. I'll have my Friday, Saturday, and Sundays off, mostly. I'm working like a Saturday here or there, but, overall, like whenever I get home, or even like Friday mornings or so, I can easily record a video, so I'm definitely still pushing for that once-a-month video. I do have a couple of series in mind, especially ones like a Sims 4 series, so I gotta figure out when to record those and all that. So, I'm still hoping for once a month, at least one video about a topic. And then, if something were to come up where I couldn't post a video that month, you can always check out the community post. Usually I share like a random question, video update here or there, but I will post an update if I'm not able to post a video in that month. So, just let you all know. If you see me disappearing, I'm still here in the universe, but yeah, I still want to do YouTube, but just like I said before, it takes a lot of time, planning videos, which I have been doing, getting materials, creating scripts, skits, and all that kind of stuff, creating ideas, filming, editing, posting, it's a whole process. So, but for over 6 years, I feel like I've gotten pretty good in my process, so, keep doing what works. So, but yeah, I wanted to start with that because it's not going to make too much of a significant impact, but it felt right to start there to say, like, hey, there's a major life update here, but it's a good one. It's all good things, and I'm very excited about it, so yay. Oh yeah, and there are shorts too, so even if I can't post like a video, I could post a short, random skits. I'm just waiting for Ruby content, the Dragon Prince, or I guess the Dragon King content as well. I just need that so bad in my life. It's so funny, if you follow Cosplay Tea Time, which I'll talk here in a minute, I had mentioned, like, what if Ruby Season 10 and the Dragon King came out at the same time, and they all looked at me and they're like, you jinxed it. I'm like, yeah, but I'd have content, so I'm not mad at that idea. I doubt it, but it's a funny thought to think of. I'd be swimming in content ideas. There's always something. As many of you noticed, yes, lots of A Court of Thorn and Roses. It's not going anywhere. This is a very strong hyperfixation at this point. I'm going to be reviewing the last 2 books, which I'm almost done reading. The 4th book is a quick read, so I'll explain more later in that video. Maybe a Hunger Games simulator, question mark, and then Dreamcast if I can get off my butt and finish the PowerPoint, so yeah. That's also coming that way too. Mental wellness challenges. I did not do that this year, because like I said before, life got busy, I was in school doing Capella stuff, there's other stuff going on. But I didn't really do it, I was just like, you guys go create your own, and mental health, spread, promote. Next year I'll probably do something a bit lighter. If I can't do every day, at least like once a week, like share like a short or something, like, you know, it's something like good you did this week, with something you're proud of, you know, maybe, you know, listen to a song or something. Music one's been really popular. Music is so good. So yeah, I'm still workshopping that. I don't know if it's gonna be once a day, because like I said before, I like to do the activity on that day, but if I'm working full time at the office, it's like, once I get up early, which is not gonna happen, when I get home I'm so tired. So but yeah, maybe on like a weekend thing, just kind of like reflecting back on the week, or just like, you know, what's something you can do just to help and all that, then maybe, I don't know. That's still on the drawing board. There's like a lot of bullet points underneath that, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. So, you know, I was waiting to do this video a little bit later in December because the YouTube year recap thing, brain word things happened and stuff, and it seemed like my most popular video for this year at least was the Redwall movie. Once again was popular, and I think folks want more Redwall content from me, which I don't know what to do. You just want me to review each book? You want me to talk about characters? Hunger Games Simulator? Surprised when that one got popular. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go through the photo images and talk about each one. And then the views kept creeping up, and I was like, oh, you guys like that. And then I'm looking at the tier list, and the views are going up, and I'm getting nice comments and all this stuff, which I appreciate. I love hearing people's stories about finding Redwall, and then they're like, I'm gonna go read it. I'm like, yay. Like, I don't know what to do with that. I didn't know that was gonna be the niche. I thought Ruby was gonna be the niche. But Ruby has nothing, so now I'm like, what do I turn to? What? Do I do this? Do I do that? I don't know. So, whatever you guys want. I'm just a random fandom content creator, so yeah. So then I was into book reviews for a bit. I was doing like a lot of different book reviews. And then I did a Sims 4. I think I only did one this year, which was Spy X Family. That one was a lot of fun to do. I especially liked when Vaughn joined the family. He was just the highlight of the party, literally. So I had plans next year for a fun Sims 4 challenge, which I'm kind of glad I got the pack that I did, the Sim City, because it's gonna tie into that, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. Some shows reviews that I enjoyed. I was like, I'm kind of doing a lot of books. I should talk about some shows. That's what I was doing. I think too, whenever I do Cosplay Tea Time, like I'm talking about shows all the time. So then I come on here and I'm like, well, I don't want to talk about shows. I want to talk about books. So I think that's where it gets stuck a little bit. And the Ruby collab with Chef Emily Emmerich was posted a couple months ago. That went really well. It was so fun getting to talk about Ruby, and dressing up, doing the skits, and all this stuff. So the food was really good. Really, really like the food. Especially those zucchini roll things. So good. Anyway, next year we do have something in the works, which we gotta talk about here soon. But next year is going to be cool. I think it's going to be pretty cool. And hopefully simple, nothing too overly complicated, which I'll talk to her in the meeting about and stuff. But we already have next year planned, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys like it too. So it's gonna be exciting. So real quick, a little bit about Cosplay Tea Time. I think I'll go more in my Jenmouse45 video, which I'll have that link down below in the description. But for Cosplay Tea Time, there was a hiatus at the beginning of 2025 because I had school, I had work, I had some health stuff going on, so I was just like, guys, break. Go enjoy your life, go to conventions, find new cosplay skills, so then, in the fall, we could talk about it. And that's what we did. So, it was only a couple episodes for season 7. You can check out those recordings, I'll have the link down below. Tag Cosplay Tea Time, go follow it. We want more support, more love, so more people to join, talk about cosplay and shows. It'd be so nice. But yeah, I'll talk more about that in my cosplay video. And then writing. Writing I was doing good. Of course, I had so many papers to write. So it wasn't until like after school that then I was like, oh, like now I have time. What do I do in that time? I'm gonna write fan fiction. So that's what I did. The writing started out good. I was brainstorming ideas, character dialogue, all this stuff. But then it started to feel like a chore. When things start to feel like a chore, I kind of enjoy them less. And writing something that I enjoy is like a fantasy thing, just to escape and explore different characters, different worlds, and all this stuff. It started feeling like a chore. I will say the Dragon Prince wedding with Rayla and Callum. They're so cute. I love them so much. Definitely popped off. It was one of my most popular ones, I believe, for the year. I don't think Wattpad does a review. Not that I've seen. I know Archive of Ruin doesn't, but that one by far has been the most popular one for 2025. So thank you all for the love and support on that, because it was so nice getting to work with an artist, an actual artist I commissioned for the artwork, and I couldn't stop squealing every time they sent photos. I was like, oh, this is gonna be so good. And then I got the cake commission from Emily Emmerich, and I was like, oh, I'm so excited. And people loved it and left such kind comments, and I was like, oh, this is why I write. It's so nice. So I had fun writing it too. It was nice putting their little personalities in there. So I think that was, oh Lord, July and August. Yeah, because there's 9 chapters. Yeah, July and August is what I posted, and then I was supposed to do 2 other stories, but then I just, again, it started feeling like a chore. And then the artist went through a couple things. Oh, that might have been a spoiler. Oh no. I'll just say, like, someone I commissioned to do art for one of the stories was like going through a lot, and I was like, you know what, girl, it's fine. It's like 2026 will be the year we'll post it and stuff. So we've been in close communication the last couple weeks to get that one out at the start of the year. So, and then the other one will be posted in the following month. So, but those stories will be on Jenmouse45, Wattpad, and Archive of Our Own. And then Crystal Elements, with what's going on with that. I really want to get it out here soon. I'd love to get it out next year. I'd really have to sit down and like cram through everything. But yeah, I just need like a day to just sit, write, plan, just no distractions, no nothing, just sit and hone in on it, because there's a lot of important parts of this story. I feel like some of them are really well written out that I'm probably like, I'm just gonna read through it real quick just to make sure, but there's other parts where it's like there has to be connections and all this stuff. So if not next year, definitely 2027. Someone's gonna clip that against me. I don't know who, but sometime in the next year or 2, I'm hoping to publish Crystal Elements, because now I have 2 other story ideas I'd love to share with you all. So we gotta get Crystal Elements out here soon, because it's been a while. 2022, I think, is when I started all of that, so yeah. It's almost time. It's almost time. Just need a day, sit, write, focus, matcha tea, lo-fi music, and just watch. I will say, I'm not one for sharing like personal details about my life online. I'm definitely not gonna share every personal detail, but I will say 2025 had some rough moments throughout the year, especially when it came to my health. physical and mental. There were some rough patches going on. Then, I started losing, like, confidence and self-esteem in my abilities. So there were some struggling moments, like all these good things are coming your way, and creativity, and going to conventions, and meeting up with friends, and all this stuff. And then it was like, but then this thing would happen, and this thing would happen. Like, oh, well, not as smart as I think, or as creative as I think, so there will be moments like that, I'm sure, throughout the years. And just the fact that it happened all in 1 year is great. Woohoo! But I will say what helped was having a strong support system, just having people around me that I could go and talk to, vent to, finding things that I love, like painting. I started painting again, which I didn't add on here because I thought of this idea this week. Maybe I'll share here in a little bit. But yeah, painting and reading have also helped. Just stepping away from social media has helped a lot. Trying not to compare myself to others and their successes, just trying to figure out what I want to do, what I want to create, and who's going to be there to support me, I think really helped me overcome, like, all those little mental obstacles, as well physical obstacles. I'm working on it. But, yeah, it's just, and, I never take those people for granted. Like, I always tell them, thank you, I'm grateful for you. I try to do nice things for them. Most of them are online, so it's like, we can't go get a cup of coffee. I'd love to take them out for coffee, but here's a virtual coffee. Have a coffee emoji. But, yeah, it really means a lot to have people in your corner, people there to support you. So, those that know, you know. You know who you is. You know who you is. Goal for social media. I'm not going to go through each and every single one like I do, like Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff, because we'd be here all day. I'm just going to say for YouTube, right now I'm hovering around 200 subscribers. I reached it the other day and then I lost one and I was like, oh, I'm not going to say anything quite yet. So, but I'm hoping next year, 200 subscribers, I'll do something special, don't know what yet. That's on the drawing board, because like I said before, I'm hovering there. So if you're new, want to subscribe, that'd be great. Record a Thorn and Rose series, finish the books, finish my ideas, and then the next book series will be Fourth Wing, because dragons. Plus, I have a friend right now who's kind of annoying me and saying, like, you need to read this. I was like, okay. So, yeah, Fourth Wing amongst all the play therapy books I have to read. So I'm still trying to get training hours, and it's a lot of books. I'm like, oh, we got this. We got this. I'm hoping to do at least one vacation vlog. I think we're going somewhere next year. You're just talking about this. This is also my new problem where it's like, do I remember? No. But at least do one vacation vlog, even if it's somewhere local. Just going somewhere new and stuff. Like, just doing something fun. Because I notice those over time get a little bit more popular. And I've noticed that with my videos. Like, I'll post it. Maybe I'll get a couple views. But then, like, a year or two later, like, the views, like, go up. And I'm just like, where are you all coming from? Get over here. I'm Jenmouse45. Like, the new Sims 4 series I'm excited about. Real quick, before I get into the next part, which is my idea that I just had this past week, was, as most of you know, I like to paint. I've been oil painting since 2014, since I attended, well, I didn't attend. I had to take a creative, was it creative elective? Art elective? What do they call it? Anyway, some sort of elective in art, and it was drawing or painting. I thought painting would be easier. Over time, when you develop skills, it does become easier, but at first, no. I've been oil painting for a while. I've shared some here and there. I kind of took a break for a bit because I just lost inspiration. I attended a couple months ago, like, an art museum, had like a exhibit, and I went, and I just got so inspired once again, and I was just like, you know what, I'm going to start painting again. So I've been painting things that are close to me, how I've been feeling, reflecting my internal state to the external and emotional expression. So this past week, I've done one painting that's very symbolic to me. That's also another reason why I paint is, these items and things that I paint are symbolic in a way. So I'm not going to say what it is right now. You gotta wait, mostly because it's not done. But, I'm doing a paintings collection, an art collection, my very first one. So sometime in 2026, I will have hopefully all of them done. But I don't want to say too much now, because I'm kind of scared. Because I've never done this before, but I've seen people do that where they'll like have, you know, like a whole art collection and then like different pieces to like kind of represent what happens. And I was like, well, I want to do that one day. And then I was like, I have nothing in my life going on. And then this past year happened, and I'm like, you know what? I have a thing or two. I will paint a thing or two. Well, more like a bunch of stuff. So I can't say more. This is spoilery, but that is my idea. I just don't know. I've been debating if I want to do like a video of the art collection and go through like each piece. Like this is my art collection. This is the title, redacted for right now, redacted. And then this is my first piece, redacted the second, and all this stuff. And then, you know, this piece and this piece. I don't know if people would enjoy that, just me sitting here talking about my art, but I don't know. Because the other thing too is I posted on Instagram, but the profile's private, so I guess I could make a YouTube post too. Like if I do that first, maybe I'll put this on the drawing board. If I post first, like the different photo or the photos of the paintings, and then be like, you know, would you all want me to talk about the inspiration and what it means to me? And we'll just say if I get like 2 to 3 yeses, like, yeah, do it. Say no more, I will do it. So I guess that's what I'm going for. But yeah, that just popped into my brain this week. So a lot of things pop in my brain. So as many of you know, I like to set a word for each year, see if I can get close to achieving it or achieve it. My word for 2025 was radiance, which, to be honest, I don't think I lived up to it. Even in my darkest moments, I tried to think of the word and what I could do to help me get out of like my funk and all this stuff. I was just like, I did not feel very radiant this year. It was a hard year. So maybe there were times where I felt proud and I felt like an adult woman and like life is great, and then, you know, the next day it just like all fall apart and I'd be like, okay, well, we're dealing with this now. So yeah, it was great at the start of the year, and then it all slowly crumbled, and I'm like, it's okay, because now we have the word for 2026. Oh gosh, which is courage. As I said before, there's a lot going on in my life right now. I'm close to making LC. I want to make RPT. I want to do an art collection. I have all the cosplay stuff. I have a lot going on in my life, and sometimes I feel like I just don't have the courage to just push forward and do all these things. So it's actually a bit of a spoiler for Crystal Elements. It's actually my fire original character's ability that she will achieve. And she's one of my favorites because she reminds me, I'm not going to say too much, but she reminds me of one of my favorite characters and stuff. So I have a lot to accomplish professionally, creatively, and personally, and want to face any obstacle with courage to face the day. Because that's what it is. It's not just this overall year of how can I face it. It's facing each and every single day with enough courage, enough passion to just say, like, okay, like I can get through these things. I can do these things, and I can do it with enough courage for myself. I inspire people along the way, that's great, but it's mostly for myself. Being a little bit selfish with this word this year. This is more for me. Just finding courage to do the things, the hard things each day. And not every day is going to be hard. There's going to be some easy days here and there, so those are the days I treasure the most, especially on the harder days. So. Anyway, not to bring it all down. So, but you know, overall there were some good moments. I'm looking forward to 2026. You know, just got some ideas in the works. A lot of book reviews. We got the Sims 4 series, cooking collaboration video, Chef Emily Emmerich. You know, maybe a vacation vlog. We'll see. And then the art collection if you all would like to see it. So. Be pretty nervous and excited about it. So yeah, a lot going on. So that was my review and hopes for 2026. But as always, do let me know what were your celebrations and accomplishments over the past year, and what are your goals for 2026. I'd be very curious to hear. It could be maybe a personal goal or your YouTube/social media goal that you're hoping to achieve. I'd love to hear it. So I think there's strength and support, and all that kind of stuff. So I want to be here to support you, and you guys have supported me, which I appreciate. Just want to say, thank you all so much for supporting me throughout the years. If you've been here for a while since the start, and I'm looking forward to 2026, what it all has in store. So hopefully you're taking care, staying safe. I'll see you next year. Upcoming video here soon. And as always, peace, love, and kindness. Bye everyone.